Hi, Juliet. Statty again. I'm going back to the emails between myself and your mother after the order of protection expired. Obviously, your mother recognized that your condition was very real because you stopped going to school. And she claimed that you were never bullied and then admitted you were. And then I said, well, you said she was never bullied. And she goes, no, she wasn't bullied. The other girls were just teasing her. Well, what the hell difference is there? you know, um, it's very difficult to argue with somebody sometimes because we see this all the way from me and your mother to the top politicians. It's called spin doctoring or spinning, making your argument look in your favor or diverting the argument to another topic or not answering the question. And, you'll learn that as you go through life. She sent me another email on October 16th and two articles about severe anxiety disorder. Well, holy crap. I was telling her about this for 2 months from December 15th to January 16th to have you evaluated to see if you could get help, that if you had this problem. And now she is sending me articles on it after I sent her tons of articles on it. You know what? That's okay. The fact that she recognized it is more important because it's your health that is at stake here. And I think that it's very important, no matter. And I just said thanks. That's all I wrote back to her. Yeah. Okay. Go on to the next email of October. 3 days later. Now, I'm at my therapist, and I say, well, what should I do? I don't want to jump into and try to put any pressure on either of them. And the one thing I don't want to do is I don't want to upset Juliet in any way. That's why I want to go talk to Lori first, have Lori ease Juliet into it. If Juliet has anxiety over me, would it be the most logical thing to take care of that? You're not going to corral the bullies at school and teach them the right thing to do. It's not going to be easy, and if she gets upset over strangers, it's not going to be easy. But I'm the one person that could ease her mind, and not have her suffer like your mother claims that you have nightmares of. I don't know. We'll get to those emails. So, this email she calls a depression. Juliet has missed several days of school already because of various reasons related to anxiety and depression. She actually admitted about the anxiety and depression before she took me to court. I have that email. But we'll get to that later. But she's fully admitting it. We have a new psychiatrist for her. We started a new med, and it requires a low dose step up over time. There will be some changes. She can't study while she's sick at home because she can't focus. She was reading the same sentences over and over. I'm optimistic things will get better. The overall tone of this sounds really good to me. Okay? I would later find out that when I, asked the name of her psychiatrist, which by law she has to tell me, that it wasn't a psychiatrist, he was just a pediatrician, that you have never seen a psychiatrist about your condition. This is the beginning of the fall I would take from the high hopes I had at this date, October 17th. I said, thank you for updating me on her. I did see she missed a couple days of school because I could see your school records. I have that capacity as your father. I read that entire article you sent me. I really did. Your mother sent me something. I will read it. I will write back after I see my therapist today because I always have to check now with what I write your mother because I don't want to write the wrong thing. I don't want to screw things up. I'm so nervous. It's very important to me that nothing goes wrong. Okay. All right. Now it's 2 weeks later. All right. Well, this is October 24th. All right. As you can see, I really haven't put too much pressure on your mother, and almost a month has gone by. Dear Lori, thanks for your article. It's great that people are becoming more aware of this, as I have talked to people our age who suffered as well, but there was no such diagnosis back at the time. They just attributed it to shyness and other things. The good news is that a few people I talked to grew out of it, and there are certainly adults that suffer from this as well. It's good for Juliet to know she's not alone, that this is common, and now that she's getting treatment, she should feel better. The article also emphasized that problems of the mind, such as this, do not have a single cure-all. There are different approaches or different medicines that work for different people. So if you don't see success, it may just be a matter of trying a new method or a new medicine. I think I have shown through my behavior, through the order, and since it stopped, that I am not going to do anything rash, such as trying to meet her on my own. I have even resisted calling you on the phone. But as day-to-day life, as busy as it is, surely consumes your time, you can imagine that I am here quite anxious to know what the future will bring. I may further suggest that you and I sit down and talk, whether it be at my therapist, your therapist, or any other scenario that makes you feel comfortable. I think we can come to a conclusion that it is possible to go forward without upsetting Juliet, and in fact it may be very positive to have me back in her life. I want to emphasize that there is nothing to be lost by just talking. And she writes back, I'm busy, I hope to reply soon. I write back on the 28th, I see Juliet has not been at school, at least not at Dobbs Ferry High School. She said you were going to another school. She never told me what that school was. I would later find out it was the BOCES program, but your mother never would tell me what the other school you were going to. She said Juliet is attending the program to help her with her depression, and then I say, are you going to the PTA meeting tonight? She's, I'm hoping to. Why do you ask? Were you going to go? I said, yeah, but now I have a client come over in 2 hours, and I'm going to have to hold off to the next one. They all know me at the school by now, because, I had been calling the school and talking to them, and she says, interesting, why is that? I didn't answer her because, I didn't have a definitive answer for her, but this is what set off what's really going to be an incredible letdown, an incredible downhill slide. My therapist said, show that you're a good father. Get involved with the school. Go to PTA meetings. Go to volunteer at the school. And I told everybody at the school that there was no way that this was any motivation to try and see my daughter or to do anything else. I was just trying to get involved. But my mere suggestion of going to this PTA meeting, we'll continue that.